Take their time now. Jacobson, baseline, runner, off the glass. Get over the board. Burks, passed up the three. Williams does it. Pure. Curtis Williams.
Right there. Good hands, though. Ethan Price able to finish it off.
Williams, baseline drive for two.
Well, Georgetown, they're going to have to find a man. All five guys have got to block out.
Why not? Good block out by Williams right there. Got a big body in the Okafor. Here's Williams, steps into a three and he hits. And the Favors, little hesitation. Enters it to Price, fades away from 8. And another rebound, number 13 tonight for Jordan Burks.
I didn't think Ethan Price needed to fade on that shot. It came up short. He just goes straight up and down. Why make the shot tougher?
Hoyas by 1. Under a minute to go. Mack versus Favors. Malik Mack. 35 tonight. 5 to shoot. Williams penetrates all the way to the rim for 2.
With 2 fouls, and Georgetown as a result is going to a matchup zone. It's gone way off. TV up ahead. F strives. Open man, Williams to the basket, and a chance for 3. 6 players already in this first half with 2 fouls and a giveaway. It's a little too tall for Rivera. Corner. Williams. A 3 ball.
But also good job by Fielder of not putting a silly foul, a third one on himself.
Approaching 1 minute to play. First half action of our second of 3 games on day 1 at the Big East tournament. Fielder finds the flasher, and Williams cashes again. Rebound to Fielder. PV sets his feet. Another offensive rebound and put back Curtis Williams.
Pulls his way inside, draws the double team. Gun off the kick out. And the rebound tip to Curtis Williams Jr. Baseline on Rivera. Hits the reverse.
The standard, and no one exemplifies that better than Isaiah Rivera and Troy D'Amico. 1 and 0 respectively in white.
Georgetown hasn't scored in the second half. That changes thanks to Curtis Williams.
For DePaul, and you can give up some easy ones that way.
Tough luck for Traynor. Georgetown down 5, trying to make it a 1-possession game. Williams early in the shot clock, but
And then attack it.
Ricketts finds something that he likes. A feed to Buachi. Enoch Buachi could not hit, and Burks with the board. Mack. Off to Curtis Williams Jr. He supplied a strong game. Now Georgetown hasn't scored in over 4 minutes. Longino. Fielder with the board. That was a clear look.
Very good look.
Epps off to Williams, who just keeps trying. This time, Curtis Williams connects. And different positional awards, the Hoop Hall awards. When you look at the whole season of work, he's got to be on those radars.
100%. I mean, you said it. People have short memories, and it's hard to kind of remember that, you know, Marquette started out the season 8-0, and that was because Cam Jones was at that time the best guard in the country, and he's not far off now, but it's just conference play.
You bring in Royce Parham, who's a freshman. Shaka Smart says he just keeps making progress. They formed a bit of a bench, reserves unit that can come in and supply some minutes.
Well, that's so important because when you get to the tournament, you really need, in most cases.
Jones has now matched his career high with 11 assists. Accompanying that, Tyreek with just 1 turnover.
Fantastic performance by Jones.
Now here's Mack. Georgetown just with 4 two-point makes in the game.
Well, everything has been hard for them. There's been no easy baskets. Everything is contested, and Williams might.
Peavy. 12 Marquette turnover. Peavy gives, gliding in. Curtis Williams.
see him getting buckets outside of his ordinary role, shooting threes. Nice little spin move there, soft. But he was doing things on the other end of the floor that Alex Caravan does. We saw a block earlier. Reed has gotten better. Nice drive there by Diarra. Still limping a little bit, dealing with tendonitis. Diarra, but has played through it.
These might break the century mark here tonight.
Well, you called it. They need it just to see that they can put points on the board, especially when you're shooting 58%.
Williams.
Ed Cooley told us Micah Peavy turns your water off.
And he asked for the assignment. Early in the half, we talked about that. He would take Joseph.
Gliding in and one. Curtis Williams.
But long, Colby King, one of the best rebounding guards in the league, had the rebound, but Peavy takes it away. 4-on-1. And the 4-1. Williams for
making a three-point shot out of the timeout. Georgetown, you can't give that up.
back to 9. Peavy's having a whale of a second half. He's got screen on him, but no dribble. Curtis Williams spinning, scoring. Curtis Williams enveloped him. Peavy got it back and hits Mack. Another offensive rebound. Williams sticks it back.
In West, I know a lot of people like to snake and cross back against the grain on the screen and rolls, but sometimes the best play is to get downhill. We'll have Georgetown's back on that. You know, of those 10 turnovers, a number of them were dead ball turnovers where they're not interrupted right there by.
Only won 4 Big East games. They've surpassed that accomplishment to this point, but they have a chance to get to the Big East tournament and be a spoiler, especially if they can get Jaden Epps back healthy.
Curtis Williams. Lead 8 for Xavier. Mack spins in, dissuaded by Swain. Down to 10 seconds to go. Williams got a 3. No time.
Guard, look at he can harass you. That's right, thinking 3 over Peavy. Wow, it's way off the mark. Not even close. Williams Jr. has the rebound. Curtis Williams.
Not a good shot to take on a 6'8" guy.
Floats sometimes. Here's a trap. Near steal. Mack's got it now. Kicks for Williams. Big 3. Banks it in!
Off the glass.
Comes to Meyer. Sprints up court with a right. Too strong. Fielder's 7th rebound of the game to go along with 19 points. Onto the basket. What a move for Williams.
The rest of his life.
Enright hits the free throw. It's 7. Final moments. Williams hits a 3.
Defensive boards game at 6 feet tall. Pretty impressive. Sloppiness from the Red Storm. A 3rd turnover.
I think you have to go inside to Sorber. Prey is on him. Doesn't play extended minutes. See what's happening downstairs. Get your big man involved. How you slow down, you calm the game down a little bit.
8 on the shot clock. Sorber with the handoff to Williams, who just checked in. Curtis Williams Jr. from answers.
And probably St. John's first clean look from 3 all game long.
For a St. John's team that has been searching for it from beyond the arc. It's 7 against Villanova. That's off Williams. No, it's off Wilcher, says Brett Hampton. Shot clock's at 10. Rick Pitino disagrees. Curtis Williams with 5. Williams knocks it down. What are you looking for in the final close to 8 minutes of this first half?
Yeah, picking up the pressure and continuing to pressure that basketball. If you're St. John's, if you're Georgetown, take your time, run your stuff. But I think 35 in black has to get a couple touches each possession. And hopefully the final one if you're Georgetown Hoya.
He's got it here with 10. A handoff to Curtis Williams. Williams is really in a groove with authority. An 11-point game here, and here comes that Red Storm press again.
You can't fall asleep. Rick Pitino, historically, one of the top 3 coaches running out-of-bound underplays. You lull you to sleep in the timeout, and they make you pay. That's twice now. Beautiful play.
It's only won 868 games.
That's it.
Peavy with 10. Kicks to Curtis Williams, who's been hot. Down to 6. The Louisville transfer, it's at 4. Curtis Williams went all the way. Opponents by close to double figures, but one of the best teams in the country. Between rebounding, between scoring, what's the biggest thing that needs to change for the Johnnies?
Well, it's on this end. Their athletic prowess has to show, and it didn't there. I mean,
He does.
he thinks the game. He's tough, athletic,
And he really is in a position to help them out in ways that, as we just documented, UConn needs. From downtown. And look at that strong move by Reed. High arching off the glass. Loose ball taken away by Mack. Here's where he's dangerous. Numbers on the wing. Because we never have to ask a question. He knows what we need.
oh, what a block there again by Reed.
Williams looking for the corner. And gets his answer there. He's never went away, but they were never able to really seize control. There's another deflection and another run out. Count the basket.
He's got 2. He's their second leading scorer and their leading rebounder.
Yeah, and he's really been struggling this year shooting the ball. But they need him.
Quick closeout by Mitchell on Mack. Sorber. 10 on the timer. Williams. Aggressive drive. How'd he get that to go?
Tough pass into another big guy within 3 feet of you.
Sorber's got 5 and 8 at this stage. Mack could feel that pressure. Plays catch with Peavy. Hoyas worked on that press break quite a bit today. Under 2 minutes.
I like
what a screen.
I like what he's doing up there, trying to screen that top guy. They'll see, but one thing, Georgetown, they're trying to get the ball into the foul line area a lot against this zone.
5 to shoot. He's got Joplin on him. He picked up the pound. 2 to shoot. Williams has to hoist. He hit it at the shot clock.
Good job sealing Gold up. Gold had no choice but to foul.
Lob entry to Sorber.
I think this one's for Sorber also.
Mack on a switch. Sorber's got Mitchell. Double lying in wait. Great cut. Williams reverse.
Not only a great cut, but a great. Marquette back to the man-to-man defense. They're going to look to go to Sorber again, I think.
Peavy. Feel the pressure. Finds Mack. Extra pass. Williams for 3. Got it.
This guy has really been.
Someone has to be aggressive.
5 turnovers for the Hoyas here in the early going. Coppin State doing a nice job of keeping things close, down by just 2.
Just all the mistakes of a young team, just not coming out with the energy that you need, only worrying about scoring the ball.
Drew Fielder doing just that for Georgetown to grab the defensive rebound.
Because he saw Coach Cooley wasn't extremely happy with him getting the basketball ripped out of his hands on the first rebound, securing it the second time.
Williams from the corner again and make that 2 3-pointer.
And it's a lot of youthful talent. And one thing about youthful talent is it can go bad or it can go good depending on the type of individuals that you have. So I'm excited to see Coach Cooley and his Hoyas as they go into new Big East play. I feel like the Hoyas have a chance just like everyone else.
Williams Jr. for 3. Got it.
But Yalden is fighting downstairs, making it physical and tough for Sorber.
Curtis Williams, Louisville transfer. Curtis Williams injects
off, low post right side, and the ball is knocked loose. The 2 freshmen come up with it. Fielder in transition, Fielder along the baseline. To the corner, Williams for 3. Yes!
That's what I'm talking about with Ashworth, though. When he comes off that screen with the bounce, either you got to switch it and get to him quickly or get around that screen.
Coach, what do you think was the difference between that 3 that he took and the 3 that he took a possession before? Like a difference of like 2-3 feet.
Yeah, much more in rhythm. And that other one, he just shot it out of nowhere.
1 run for Creighton as we wind down the first half. No field goals in the last 7 minutes plus for Georgetown. Sorber in the paint, cut off by Kalkbrenner. Williams for three up top. It's good. He rattles it home. And back to the Hoyas basketball. Thought about a high-low. Nothing was there. Fielder, he got Kalkbrenner off his feet.
They run the flex. Not a lot of people run this offense anymore. It was in vogue in the 90s.
It's again just trying to throw Georgetown off balance, take him out of rhythm.
That was nearly a turnover. Violation, but didn't have the touch to kiss that off the glass. The 9-point lead, control of the basketball, a little over 2 minutes left to go here in this first half for Georgetown.
Look for the post up here.
Fielder called for it, didn't get it. Williams running out of time. On a drive, spin, and they got it. Georgetown bench with the 5th made three-pointer here in the first half for Fairfield.
And Rogan's been nursing a little bit of an injury, but he is the best shooter that Fairfield has on their basketball team.
That was a wide open look.
Whitlock, who misses. Away with it is Curtis Williams Jr. Up and under. What a pretty step through.